I haven't ever felt this before.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Takewhatresonates. This is episode 9. Today's episode is going to be done a little differently in the sense it's not a podcast style. I would say this is more so vlog / conversation style type of video. So what's our intention with this video is, you guys know I'm pregnant. My whole belly's out now. In the other videos I've been hiding the belly, but here she is. So yeah, you guys know I'm pregnant, but obviously you didn't get to hear anything from the father's point of view. So this video is just, when I say vlog style, what happened is we did film a little bit of the first trimester and my trip to Toronto, or both of our trips to Toronto actually, because he tagged along after. Just finding out the news. We're going to talk about what happened before we went to Toronto, when we found out the news, how we took it, how things were going while we were in Toronto, and then a little bit of the start of the first trimester, which that all is the first trimester actually. And we also got some ultrasound clips to insert and show you guys. So I don't have much more to say. Let's just get into this and have a chat.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is Edgardo Lacera, guys. You guys seen him before in a few other of our Takewhatresonate episodes, so you know who he is. And if you guys didn't realize, yeah, surprise. He's my partner, my other half.
Yeah, I'm the sperm donor.
Yes,
case.
my baby daddy.
Just kidding, guys. So I guess we should start back before we went to Toronto.
Yeah.
So it all started,
Okay, you got this.
with a lot of, in our relationship, we had tons of fluctuations, like waves, up and down, emotionally draining. The conversations we'd have pretty much on the daily, whether we're going to stay together or not. And there was a point in November, my birthday, the end of November, where for a week
I think that's the day we made this baby.
So for a week, but it was for a week, we were on good terms, and we were definitely active, if you know what I mean. So, everything seemed good. It definitely helps. The act of connecting, it definitely helps through the struggles that we were going through. And that's definitely the time when we conceived our little unborn child here, which is genderless right now. We don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna find out soon.
So
we're basically dealing with the challenges of uncertainty. So, how's the best way to cope during those times? Connection, if you know what I mean. But yeah, things were a bit rocky between us. This was when I started deciding to go to Toronto, because I'm like, okay, I think we need a reset. We need like a little distance.
And this was nothing new. We'd often decide to come apart at least for 2 weeks. In the summer was the last time that she decided to go to Toronto, and she left for about a month because I was making plans on you coming back, on me visiting. I ended up visiting, meeting your father and
all of that,
your favorite siblings and all this.
Guys, we're getting vulnerable here with you, okay? We're letting you inside our relationship just a bit. But yeah, he's right. There has been times where it's just been back and forth between us, and then I would decide, okay, I need to go to my family. I need to go back to Toronto and get my head straight and figure out what the hell is it that, like, what is the problem that we have to pinpoint and work on that keeps causing this situation to reoccur over and over. So yeah.
And none of it was a waste, because we talked a lot, we explored.
Came through a lot of realizations.
Yeah, we explored exactly what it was. And it's still not easy, it never is. especially when you're dealing with two different people.
Two
with
different personalities.
Yeah, we were raised differently, and we have a lot of different experiences in the past that affect us still today.
Oh, yeah.
So, Toronto, going in the winter.
Okay, so.
I know it seems like, for the most part, it seems like we were going through a lot of rockiness, a lot of obstacles
Turmoil.
in the relationship. Yeah, turmoil. We were going through a lot of turmoil in our relationship, and at this point, it wasn't just that. Not for me.
Yeah.
I knew that Shireen wanted to spend Christmas and the holidays with her family. She just didn't make it clear to me. It was hard for her to express that need, and I made it easy for her. I told her, book your trip. Go ahead, book your trip. If you're there for a month, so be it.
And mind you guys, emotionally, like, this was before I even knew I was pregnant. Emotionally, my emotions were just like all over the freaking place. I was like ready to go at one point, and then ready to stay and work on things, ready to just like say F it all, or just ready to, like, it was just back and forth emotionally, emotional breakdowns, crying. I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. And I did say, when I was talking about my first trimester, I did mention that I even thought I had parasites, because like my intuition was off. I was just confused. There was no clear vision of like what to do and what's next and what the hell is going on.
Yeah. We soon figured out that the only parasite forming was the placenta.
Yep.
That was forming inside of her, yeah. So I got waken up in the morning with some bright news, and I remember the way I felt in that instance was this overwhelming feeling of surprised. I was like this. There was this overwhelming feeling of responsibility, and I can't really describe it so much. It's just the beginning of fatherhood, and it was very difficult for me to cope. I was coping in my own ways. We were locked up in that apartment for most of the time we were in Toronto, which was a whole 16 days that I was there. So we were there a total of 15, 14 days. We would stay with your sister once in a while. Mm-hmm. But Shireen, she spent more time in Toronto. Obviously, I came after. But it was just, wow. You know, I couldn't help but de-stress, decompress as much as I could, while Shireen was tired as ever, while the first most important development stages were happening inside of her. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it was
a lot of clips you're gonna see of Shireen just
we're just chilling.
Chilling.
We're in the house chilling.
And I was just taking care of you. Mm-hmm. I was just cooking and going out and getting whatever I had to get.
Yeah.
And it was a little anxiety driven, you know. Going out to the big city, you go out and it's busy as ever.
Because we were staying downtown while we were in Toronto.
Yes. Yeah. So it felt nice, it felt new, it felt freeing, and I couldn't give more thanks to Rosie, our dear friend, and Chanel for hooking us up.
Mm-hmm. With a place to stay while we're there.
Yes. And regardless of our situation, she pulled through. So, do you want to add to anything?
Yeah, because he just jumped into the finding out the news. A little bit leading up to that was just, I've made my way to Toronto with my emotions. Trying to like cleanse myself of the parasite. I was like trying to do it the holistic way. But then it's like I talked about this in my first trimester video. The part of me knew. I kind of knew I was pregnant, so I was just like counting down the days, how many days my period was late. And this was before Ed even came up. I was working on things and just flowing through the uncertainty. I got to spend the holidays with my siblings, which was good. Even my sister, she's like, yeah, you're probably pregnant. And then, yeah, Ed came up, and that's when we headed to Rosie's. And before the day before that, we had a dinner with Alyssa. And even she made a pregnancy comment too, which is funny. So that's what prompted me to buy a pregnancy test that night after the dinner. I was like, okay, I think it's time we actually like finalize this, because I was telling Ed, I'm like, I think I'm pregnant, and he's like, well, we won't know until we do a test. And what happened is I actually got up 7 a.m. to pee, and I took it by myself. And I was just, for me, the emotions are just like, I don't know. I think I at first I didn't even process it. I was a little bit happy, of course. But it was just like, oh my God, like me and this guy we're figuring out things. We finally came to a realization. We're trying to put our heads together and, you know, come up with solutions and get our shit together. And now this. So fast forward into that. Basically, I was up from 7 a.m. sitting beside Ed while he was sleeping, waiting for him to wake up. I was just sitting there just thinking about life and everything and reflecting, waiting to break the news to him. And yeah, that was the start. Because I swear, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, it was like all the symptoms came rushing in. Like the fatigue just hit right away. And then on top of that, got sick.
Yeah, you were nauseous at first a lot.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And yeah, she got sick, which was really after your birthday and after New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
But that was awful. That was just awful.
The in-between, like before I got really, really sick while we were in Toronto, was just us still continuing to see family. He got to see my mom and dad again and my sisters, and we were breaking the news to people. We went to dinner with the older siblings. We broke the news to that. I'll show you guys a picture from the dinner. It was a buffet too. I was so happy. But yeah, we got to break the news to my siblings. We got to break the news to my parents. Everybody was so happy for us. And then after the visit to my parents' house, that's when I got sick. And this was leading up to my birthday. So yeah, my birthday was it was chill. It was slow as it should, because that's all I had the energy for. But it was just a lot was happening to me during that time. Like we found out we were pregnant, and then I had friends that I had fallen out with reaching out to me, ready for confrontation. I also had a friend that cut off her friendship completely. This is all happening while I'm freaking emotional, first trimesters, nauseous, sick. And Ed, like, yeah, we were still having a little back and forth while we were in Toronto.
I was going through my own inner struggles, and, you know, it was really immature, and it was not the right time. Let's just say that. So, you know, the way that we solved that was I agreed not to talk about that type of thing anymore. I agreed to not push for intimacy when she was going through all the things that she was going through. And we had some peace, you know. We enjoyed the time we spent over there, so that was pretty big. And, you know, it was hard because Trin wasn't the only emotional one. I was going through many things too, and I had a lot of time to think and a lot of time to just mope around, you could say.
I think Toronto was mostly just moping, to be real, guys. That's it. It was. We were just trying. There was days where we would rise above our emotions. Like, you'll see during our birthday, we did some karaoke and stuff. My birthday, leading up to the countdown, we did some karaoke. We spent some time together. Like, we were getting through our challenges. We were getting through what we were getting through, and yeah. It was then it was just like time to head back home to Calgary with all that happened in Toronto, all that we talked about, all those emotions, and actually both of us being sick, because at that point Ed ended up getting sick as well, and it was like the craziest type of flu. But it was time to head back to Calgary.
Yeah. So we headed back, smoother plane ride than when I came in.
Mm-hmm.
Not for Shireen.
No, worst plane ride of my freaking life.
Her ears were clogged for, wouldn't pop, I guess I should say.
The sinuses.
They wouldn't pop for like 4 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was getting over the sickness still. I didn't smoke for like 14 days after that.
Yeah, and me was getting through the first trimester, which was just a lot of fatigue, nausea, not severe nausea. I also expressed in the other video, thank God, because it was mostly my mental health I was dealing with, and pink eye. Yeah. And pink eye. I have some video diaries that I'll also insert into this clip.
Yeah. Shortly after she recovered from her pink eye,
my friend
I got my pink
we
eye.
just
I have this bad habit of rolling over in the morning and just staring at Shireen while she sleeps. And, you know, I rubbed a little bit too close. I got pink eye. You know, I didn't think it was contagious like that. Turns out that's the specialty of pink eye, being contagious. So, you know, we went for our first ultrasound. That was big because for a pregnant person, Shireen, I'm sure you might want to explain this, is you kind of doubt the fact that there's a living organism inside of yourself developing.
Oh yeah.
And the symptoms help you be convinced
that you're still pregnant.
Yeah.
And that's what it was, because I opened up to you guys in the other video about the miscarriage. So a lot of the mental crap I was dealing with during the first trimester was like just stepping into parenthood, both of us, how we're going to get through it, how we're going to survive, and also, is my baby even going to make it to that point? So getting to the 8-week ultrasound appointment was such a like a beautiful experience for both of us, because that's when it became so surreal. That's when it finally was like legitimized.
Today is a very special day because today is the day that Shireen gets the ultrasound. And we're gonna check to see if there's any movement down there.
Yes, finally. They really make you wait 8 whole weeks to confirm if this is real. So I'm nervous AF, but I'm looking forward, and I just want to know if everything's okay. I really do. I've been scrolling through TikTok and there's back and forth on what you want to hear and what you don't want to hear, and I just like, okay, let's just get this over with. And I also have my blood work today as well. But yeah, excited and nervous, and we'll update you guys, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so we're about 10 minutes out from the appointment. I'm almost done my 1 liter of water. I can like gag right now. But yes, bladder is full, and we're about to head out soon to this ultrasound appointment. And yeah, see you guys soon. All right, guys, off we go. How are you feeling?
I'm not really feeling anything other than a little sleepy because I just ate.
Yeah, he gets pregnancy symptoms too, guys. And you guys know how I'm feeling, so without further ado, let's just get there, okay? More of the ultrasound to you both. Okay.
as quick as I can. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
Trying to get. Can you see the screen?
Well,
We go down a little bit.
yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Okay, so this is the uterus.
Mm-hmm.
This is called the gestational sac, the fluid inside. And from here, so this is the fetal pole. So this is the head of the head here, this little circle. And this is the body from here to here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And right in here, the little flicker right there.
The heartbeat.
That's the heartbeat. Right? You see right above that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you're able to see?
I can see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh.
Okay, thank God.
Very cute.
So it's in the right spot?
It's in the right spot.
Okay.
And it measures about around around what you said, 8 weeks, I think, about 8-1 or whatever.
Okay.
Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm good.
So we're about done the ultrasound, and we're gonna see how Shireen felt the whole time.
Oh,
You know,
and-
she said I couldn't get film, but screw that. You know, I'll just blur out her face.
Nice.
Honestly.
You got some?
Yes, yeah. So how do you feel after that?
Oh my God, relieved, happy. Now I feel like I could finally be excited because, like, at first, because all the TikTok videos I was watching, I was seeing how ultrasound's supposed to look. So at first, I thought the sac looked empty, and I was panicking. But then she zoomed in finally, and she's like, "Well, there it is, and there's the little heartbeat," and I'm like, I almost cried. And yeah, guys, it's legit now. And now that we're in the future, we don't have pictures printed. We have a whole freaking USB. So gotta upload the pictures, and we'll show you guys shortly.
Yeah, and how I feel. Well, I mean, I already knew this is legit, but you know, I seen the baby. It's hard to imagine that it's just the size of a raspberry. Looks like a little rodent, you know. But it doesn't look human, you know. Looks like a little seahorse or whatever. That's what Shireen said, and you know, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing more growth. That's for sure. And this is the beginning of something big, life-changing, life-altering. So
For sure.
you know, just gotta take it day by day and stay positive, stay happy, and don't go into any, you know, worst case scenarios. Don't be in your head
I know.
or anything, because like we saw today,
Ugh,
everything is fine.
such a relief, guys. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, she was tearing up.
And then roses started, or Kiss from a Rose started playing. Now that your roses are bloom, I'm like,
It was a beautiful moment, and you know, we're still awaiting the second ultrasound.
which is coming
And-
up next week.
It's been a interesting journey so far with the pregnancy, and I can't help but feel overwhelmed at the thought of when the baby comes, gotta do so much, you know? Lifestyle is gonna change dramatically,
Yeah.
and the best thing we can do is share our experience, is share our story,
With you guys.
and hopefully encourage anyone that wants to have a child, and to raise it with principles, with values. And that's something that gave me peace, is the fact that I was raised with values, and I'm willing to pass it on to blank slate, you know?
Our baby.
So it's going to be probably the most beautiful thing that we got to experience, that we're gonna get to experience, and
it's just the start of our journey. That's why, again, guys, I told you my intentions with this channel, what it's gonna turn into. You guys are gonna get a scope into our life, and drop in the news that we did in the middle of this video. If you have questions, make sure to comment and ask below so we know what to tackle in the next video, what to talk about more. Let you guys in to our life and our relationship and our little family we're building, or soon to be big family in the future with your goals. We'll see. We don't know. It's just all a part of this life experience that we're choosing to participate and grow through together. This week, the second ultrasound is coming up. I am 19 weeks pregnant, so we've been vlogging and giving updates with that. So I'll drop a second video for that. Keep a lookout. If you guys made it to the end, thank you so much for taking the time to hear us out and getting to know us a little bit. We'll catch you guys in the second trimester vlog. This is just talking about the first and getting to know us, a little about us. And yeah, do you have anything last to say?
Thank you for watching, tuning in. Leave a like, comment, ask us any question you would like, and ask away, guys. Ask away. Suggest a video you'd like to see. And God bless. See you in the next one.
Peace and love.